I'm Kenny Lowry, and today we're going to talk about our pottery. We're going to talk about what to expect from your pottery when you get it. Um, we use only high temperature fired pottery. We don't use any of the lower grades. It just won't stand up with water, and especially when you get in the northern regions of the country. So we're using absolute best pottery to get. Each one is handmade, so it is a handcrafted item. Uh, One thing you can tell about when you're doing a pot, you're looking at a pot, um, if you tap on it with a metal object, you're going to get kind of a metallic ping. If you tap on it, now some of the other ones you'll tap on it won't ping quite as much as that, but some of they'll still have a metallic sound to them. If you tap on one that sounds like a block of wood, that's not the kind of pottery you want to put water in. So we're checking. We always carry the high temperature fired pots. We don't sell any damaged pots, but they will have blemishes on them. When I say damage, means if it's got structural damage, if it's got a crack or something like that, that hurts the structural integrity, we're not going to sell a pot like that. So we do check them all, and one of the ways we check them is tapping on them. But you have blemishes. And right now I want to grab the camera and take a close-up look at the blemishes, kind of show you what to expect and what's part of a normal pot, being a handmade item. They're not going to be exactly perfect. So I want to point out some of the blemishes so you can expect. Now some will have more than others. You get in these high glossy glazed ones like this, they'll have less. Some of the more rustic primitive firing will have a lot more. We'll start down here and we'll look at this pot. I think you can see that right there. That's a blemish in there. Looks like it probably had some clay on top of there when they fired it, and then the glaze didn't stick to it up there, so it kind of run off the side. You see the little cracking and thing going on there. That's part of the glazing process. Spot right there where there's no glaze, didn't stick to it. Little places like that is a normal part of the process on the pots. You look at the rim of this one, got a little spot right there where the glaze didn't stick, and there. So those are considered normal. Now if it's got a break or something like that, we're not going to ship it out. If it's got a small chip, these little flaws like we're talking about, that's considered normal. So your jar could have some of those on it. That's actually just a spider web down there. So different ones. There's a little spot right there on that one, a little spot right here. It's the nature of the product, and they're not going to be 100% perfect. So you should know that going in when you're doing your order. There's a little divot there on that one. And I know there's and that one over there has a divot kind of like up on the rim of it as well. Now we get into some of these others that are rustic. They'll have a whole lot. I think you can see all kinds of blemishes, little cosmetic blemishes on that one. That one's got a big spot right there where the glaze isn't covered, didn't stick to it. A lot of people think that's going to harm it because they'll think the clay isn't being protected. That's actually not the case. They're not glazed on the inside. You can see there. So that is the glaze. It's just decorative. I mean, it's just a way of adding color. Glaze is melted glass, so it's really not adding that on there to protect the pot. It's just decorative. This jar here has got quite a few blemishes on it. You can see it right there. Things like that. The glaze right there is really rough. Really rough right there. Place where the glaze isn't on it. Quite a few blemishes there on that one. You can see that too. So as you go through, you'll see different ones. This one's got a blemish right there, probably about the size of a quarter. This one's got some blemishes up here on the rim. Back here on this back side, I think you can kind of see some there as well. So this is the nature of the product. If you're expecting a perfect pot, it's not something you should be expecting. It's not going to happen. These are handmade. I think you can see all kinds of little glazing blemishes on that pot right there. Got this one right here. It's got an area right up through there where the glaze is kind of rough. A little chip there on the edge of that pot. It's not going to hurt these. These are structurally fine, but you will have those on your pots, and you should expect to get those. As always, if you have any questions about any of our products, you can reach us at 540-948-2239 or email us boulderfountain@gmail.com.